Which brings me to the set of values which I see as the core of Israeli society nowadays. 3 or 4 sets of values which explain everything, in my view. The first very deep-rooted value, and let's face it, is the value that we are the chosen people. Seculars and religious will claim so. And even if they don't admit it, they feel so. And the implementation is very simple. If we are the chosen people, who are you to tell us what to do? Who are you? Who is the international community to tell Israel what to do? International law, wonderful thing. It doesn't apply on us. It applies on any other place on earth, not on Israel. Because we are the chosen people, don't you understand it? Asylum seekers, 88% of the Eritreans are recognized as refugees in Europe. You know how many of them in Israel? Less than 1%. Less than 1%. Why so? Because we are a special case. You don't expect us to absorb 40,000 asylum seekers. How can you expect us? We can't. And we are the chosen people. And we don't need to prove it. The second very deep-rooted value is obviously the value of we, the victims, not only the biggest victims, but the only victims around. I know many occupations which were longer than Israeli occupation, than the Israeli occupation. Some were even more brutal, even though it's getting harder and harder to be more brutal than the Israeli occupation. I don't recall one occupation in which the occupier present himself as the victim. Not only the victim, the only victim. If to quote here the late Golda Meir, whom I quoted also last time, I know, but it is so unforgettable I have to use it again. She once said that we will never forgive the Arabs for forcing us to kill their children. We are the victims. We are forced to kill their children. Poor us. And as the victim and the only victim in history, again, it enables us the rights to do whatever we want, and nobody is going to tell us what to do, because we are the only victims. To this, there is a third very deep-rooted value, and this is the very deep belief. Again, everyone will deny it, but if you scratch under the skin of almost every Israeli, you'll find it there. The Palestinians are not equal human beings like us. They are not like us. They don't love their children like us. They don't love life like us. They were born to kill. They are cruel. They are sadists. They have no values, no manners. Look how they kill us. This is very, very deep-rooted in Israeli society, and maybe that's the key issue. Because as long as this continues, nothing will move. As long as most of the Israelis don't perceive the Palestinians as equal human beings, we are so much better than them. We are so much developed than them. And we are so much human than them. As long as this is the case, all our dreams, and we have some dreams, and I'll get to them, all our dreams will never become true as long as this core issue will not change. So you have a society with a deep conviction in its justice, in its right way, with very, very few question marks. Anyone who dares to raise a question mark is immediately, in a very systematic way, is immediately erased, demolished. It's unbelievable how this machinery works in Israel. We are talking here about how efficient is the Jewish lobby here. Look at the Jewish lobby, so-called, in Israel, breaking the silence. For years, we were dreaming about the day that soldiers will stand up and say the truth. Not Gideon Levi, the liar, the traitor who tells us all kinds of stories about the Israeli crimes. No, soldiers who have committed those crimes will just come and testify about what they have been doing.